Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another video. My name is Rakshith and well, today we'll be answering a lot of the questions that you've been asking me lately. I've got my iPad with me, all the questions are in front of me and I'll just read them out and you can probably see them on the screen. And yeah, let's go about it. So the first question is by Janvi Kamath. Hi, can I know approximately how much it costs for a classic room? And according to their website, they mentioned the breakfast is included. Is it true? Well, this is in reference to Vita Student. Well, I currently have left Vita. I don't really stay at that place anymore. I've moved to a different place. Vita is kind of really expensive at the moment, whereas the market is around 190 is where you should be looking at, 190 to 200 for a studio. Vita currently charges over 280 to 300 for a classic room at the moment. And yeah, breakfast is included if you love eating croissants and pancakes every single day. The next question is by Andra Ruchulu. Which campus can I select, Clifton campus or City campus, for my human resource management course? Well, you don't really have a choice of campus based off your course. So each course is taught in a different campus. So you might want to look at your course page on ntu.ac.uk, where it'll show you where your course is situated, and you can choose and plan choose your accommodation and plan things around that. The next question is in relation to the transport in Nottingham video I made few months back, and that is where should you get the bus pass. I would suggest getting it on your mobile phone, that is get the NCTX bus pass, the bus app. And here's the catch, you might need to change the location of your store, especially if you have an iPhone. You'll have to change your region to the United Kingdom from whichever country you're coming from to be able to download this app and the tram app. You can even get a combined pass with a Robinhood card where you can access both the tram and the bus services, though this does cost a little bit more. The next question is by Sandeep, and that is the UK still good for international students? I heard about inflation, immigration cap, etc. Please let me know. Well, I think the United Kingdom is still a very good country. The inflation and all is pretty high, but then since the pound is depreciating at this point in time against other currencies, it is a pretty good time to come to the UK to study. If you are doing your masters, I would be a bit more cautious and careful while applying, because there is a huge influx of international students coming in to do their masters. And what that means is that a lot of universities are still ramping up their capacity after COVID, so they might not offer the course to the same quality as they used to before. And that's one thing to keep in mind. But of course, in terms of immigration cap and all, yeah, you still have an opportunity to work after that. If you do study at this point in time, like say you start masters in January, they do say the inflation is coming up in 2023, so you might just study through it and get into the workforce during the recovery phase, which is a good thing. So there are different ways of looking at it. And the next question is from Tina Pinto. Hello Rakshith, my daughter joined the September intake, Masters in Chemistry, and I watch your videos. Well, thanks for watching my videos. Please may I request you for another latest tour showing the new hall Clifton Accommodation Studios. Well, that in fact is actually a video that I'm planning on and have started filming, because I have moved on campus now. I don't stay outside anymore, so I am on Clifton campus. So yes, I will make that video for you, and stay subscribed and stay tuned for that video. So the next question is from Uma Nimrod. That's hello Rakshith, can you guide me for booking on-campus accommodation at NTU? Surely, yes, I might include that just as part of the other video. Do note that the openings for these accommodations come up in March, and they do tend to fill up quite quickly. Studios generally go a bit slower, so you still have an opportunity, especially if you're doing your first year. Even if it does say fully booked, apply for the wait list. It's very likely you might get a room after, depending on when you apply for it. And if you are joining the Jan intake, I would suggest contacting the university's accommodation team. They might have a few rooms available for you to join. If not, you might have to find a place outside. So the next question is, hi, I'm from India. I got an offer from Nottingham Trent University. I need to travel with my spouse and kids in Jan 2023. Please give me advice on searching an accommodation. Well, I have made a video about this, looking for accommodations. I will link them in the description, so if you want to have a look, that's good. But the key thing to note is that finding an accommodation can be quite hard in Jan. Even in general, since the demand for renting properties is very high, the owners of the property, the landlords, kind of look at who they want to be staying there, and they're quite picky about it. So the key thing to do is go for house hunts, house searches quickly, do as many viewings as you can, and put your offer in on the spot if you like it. If you don't do that, someone else will, and you tend to lose the property. It is very competitive, so finding a student accommodation in a way is the best. But if you're living as a family, of course, looking for a house or an apartment is probably the way to go. The next question is, would you recommend NTU for MS Civil Engineering? I'm guessing that's the Masters in Science of Civil Engineering. Well, I would recommend all the engineering courses at NTU, because I do know that I'm doing mechanical engineering, and of course it's part of a different school, as in it's done by the Department of Engineering, whereas the civil engineering is done by the Built Environments, the School of Architecture, Design and Built Environments. So the staff are different. But all courses in general over NTU are a lot more hands-on. You get a lot more experience since they do work a lot with the industry, and of course the student support, everything that goes along with your course really add up, especially the employability team. If you are looking for a job in the UK and want to live in the UK after your course, I would highly recommend NTU, because their employability are very proactive, and wherever you need that support to get a job, they're really there to help you with it. And in fact, if you don't find a job, they even have a lot of internship programs, year-long placements within NTU itself after you graduate. And if you do perform well during that, there's a very high chance you can continue on working at the university itself. The next video is, well, there's a very nice comment. Hey Rakshith bro, you are doing amazing. Got understood a lot of things about Nottingham through your videos. It's kind of helping to emulate ourselves before the journey. Absolutely fine work, keep it up. So also searching for an accommodation in Nottingham, and a few good options before to pre-book. And he's a sports oriented person as well. Well, what I would very, very likely suggest is to stay on Clifton campus if you're into sports, because all the sporting facilities, or most of them, are based at Clifton campus. And that is because we have the Lee Westwood Sports Centre, which is a dedicated sporting facility. And well, you've got all the way from 3G pitches, squash courts, tennis courts, badminton courts, football pitches, cricket pitch, rugby pitch, performance gym, a normal gym, all the sports classes, everything happens on Clifton. So if you are sports inclined, even if you study or your course is based on the city campus, you can always stay on Clifton campus, where you have the access to an easier access to sports facilities, and it's just a 20-minute bus journey back. But when I do say 20 minutes, you've also got to factor in the thing that sometimes the bus frequency may not be as great. During lecture hours, the bus frequency is about 4 to 7 minutes, but off-peak it goes up to an hour. And if you're looking at commuting to the city during the weekends, the bus runs every hour, and that's not between the city campus and Clifton campus, but just outside Clifton campus, and it takes you to Old Market Square, which is about a 10-minute walk to city campus. So you've got to make note of that when you're deciding where you want to stay. So the next question is, hey Rakshith, please advise me about the course MA in Education for my wife, and how about jobs for her and me in Nottingham? Is it worth coming? Jobs, well, I think there are plenty, but I'm not sure how the job market is gonna be soon. Because what's happened is, during COVID, there were so many job openings. Every store, you could see an advert out. They're saying that there are more staff required and you could find a job. Whereas I haven't seen as many of those as often. You still can make your CV and cover letter, whatever, walk into stores, get a job, or look up jobs on Indeed and find a job. But because now that there are more students in, all the student jobs are getting filled up faster. And I imagine after the January intake, when there are more master students in, the job market's going to get more saturated as well. And given that a recession is expected next year, I'm not sure what the job market will be for students next year. So it would be a bit more on really your luck, and it's a bit risky. So the next question is, well, just a comment by Ishita. Wonderful video, very insightful, congratulations and best wishes to you. Well, thank you very much. Will I be able to easily commute to Clifton campus for my lectures if my accommodation is in Clifton campus? Well, that isn't really an issue. You'll be able to commute for your lectures because during the lecture hours the bus frequency is great. Do note that if you're commuting in the evening, the lines get very long to get the bus. So you've also got to know that even if the bus frequency is every 4 to 7 minutes, you likely have to wait for the second bus to come just to make your way through the queue and into the bus during peak time, especially when the courses start, or when it's around September or January. Around that time is when it gets very busy because everyone at the start of the year wants to go to their classes, and then the buses the queue for buses end up getting very long. Another key thing to note is that in the mornings you may not get the bus 4, especially if you are commuting between the city campus and Clifton campus. If you're staying somewhere at the heart of the city, at the start of the bus, where bus 4 starts from, the city campus, you may be able to get a bus to come onto Clifton campus. But if you're coming from anywhere in between, the bus often tends to get full and just skip all the stops and drive past. So just make sure you consider all of those things when you do book your accommodation. And if you are interested in a video about taking the bus to commute, do let me know because it is an interesting topic and a lot does happen with that. So yeah, those are some of the videos that some of the common questions that I've picked up, and there are also a lot of very nice comments in the comment section. Well, thank you all very much. Even if I haven't mentioned your question or your very really positive comments on the videos that I've made, it's not that I haven't read it, it's just that I've tried to keep the video short and concise by putting all the repeated questions, and I'm very grateful for all your support for, well, making my channel a success. So thank you all for watching this video. I hope all the common questions were answered. Do let me know in the comments below if there are any other questions that you'd want to know, or anything you'd want to know more about Nottingham or the university, and I'll be happy to answer them in the next Q&A video. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.